Hello, everybody. My name is Lily, and today I want to answer the question: is the cat house in Roselle, Illinois, worth your money? The rules are simple. I'll be rating the cat house on 5 different categories, each rated 1 through 5. The categories for today are quality, enjoyment, efficacy, cat, and price time value. With all that out of the way, I will see you guys after the cat house. Okay, I am back, and I love this place. This place was so much fun. I loved it. I got to come here with my family. It was super fun. We went there at the very last possible time slot for this place. It closes pretty early, I think around 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. I'm pretty sure it's 7. So all the cats were so sleepy, and I was just having so much fun, just loving them and letting them sniff me. A couple were awake, like the babies were awake, the little baby kittens, running around playing. But the majority of the older cats were just kind of hanging out, laying. There was one cat, my favorite cat, who was just sleeping the entire time, and I have to say, I love this cat. I will get into this cat later, though. I have so much clips to show you of this place. I was just everywhere getting pictures of the video, pictures and videos of every single cat. Like, oh, I love you. Oh, look at you. Oh, look at you. And I just, what can I say? I have 4 cats where I currently live, and my mom has 3 cats. There's so many cats in my life. My fiance's parents also has a whole bunch of cats. There are cats everywhere. I will one day be the crazy cat lady. With all the let's go ahead and get into quality first, which ended up getting a 5 out of me. This building was really well put together. You can tell that they really do love the cats here. It is not, there are some like little actual cages for the cats, but that is only for some of them. We were told by the owners or by the people working in there, I don't remember which, that the cats who are in there is because they have to be in there. They can't be left unsupervised all night. But the majority of the cats have free range 24/7 to be wherever they want in the building. If they want to be all the way in the back, they can. If they want to be right by the front door, they also can. When we entered, there was immediately some cats not even in the area, kind of watching over my shoes, and I was very thankful for those cats. They were the protectors of the shoes, and in general, they do take really good care of the cats. You could tell that they were happy, and the cats who they know may not like a bunch of human interaction, you could tell because they have yellow bandanas on, and that is the place's way of saying you can pet this cat, but if they're showing signs they do not want to be pet, do not pet them. And that was understandable. And there's only 2 cats that had those yellow bandanas, and that was because one did not have a tail, and one did not have an eye and a tail. So that was pretty understandable why they would maybe not want to constantly be pet. So I did pet one of them, and he seemed pretty happy. I think they were just kind of chilling out. But overall, this place, super well made, super happy for the cats. You could tell people who work there just love cats as well. The entire place was just designed. There was even fixtures on the wall they can climb up and dial down and be anywhere they want. There was plenty of room. There was, I believe, 15-ish cats. When I went there, they're constantly rotating because this is a place where you can adopt the cats. And there was plenty of room for all the cats to have their own space. If none of the cats wanted to be anywhere near each other, they could easily do it in this building, which I think is a big win for this place. The cat place does team up with, I believe right now, 3 different shelters in order to get their cats, and they're constantly rotating. And I'm sure by the time I post this video, way into the future, all of those cats that I saw will be adopted. So I recommend you go ahead and check this place out because it's also not that pricey for what it is. After that, we have enjoyment, which ended up getting a 5 out of me as well. Like I said, it was great, and all the cats were sleeping, and I didn't even mind that. I'm the kind of person who's very coexisting with the cat. I will respect your boundaries, my friend. You respect my boundaries. Of course, me being I have no boundaries, you can do whatever you want to me. I do anything for my cats. When my cats decide it's time to sleep on me, I go, okay, I guess I'm not moving for the next indefinite amount of time. And that was kind of what I did here as well, because they were all mostly sleeping. I was petting them though; they were enjoying it. I got to experience many purrs from the amazing cats, and they were all just so baby. Even the big ones. And trust me, there were some big ones. They were all just so baby. And in general, I could just spend hours in a building petting cats. It's so much fun. Cat therapy should be a bigger thing. Why do we need therapy dogs when therapy cats would be so much better? Come on, they're cats. They're fantastic. my rule of thumb is very simple in life. If you don't like cats, I don't trust you. But there is a caveat being if you are allergic to cats, then I am understanding. But if you're not allergic to cats and you don't like cats, I don't like you. And so far, I have yet to be proven wrong in that. Every time I think I might be proven wrong when somebody says they don't like cats, I try my best to believe they're good people. I am typically proven wrong. So I am sticking by that in my life. If you don't like cats, something is wrong with you. Because 99% of the time, it's because you don't like how you can't control the cat. But that's okay. After that, we have efficacy, which also got a 5 out of me because this place is very clearly. I'm pretty sure it's a nonprofit building. It is cat centric. The cats, all of them are open roam except for a couple that need to be put away during the nighttime. So they either. I'm pretty sure the reasons for one of the cats specifically was just that he will get into literally anything if you're not looking at him 24/7. So that's why he needs to be in the cage. Otherwise, he's gonna make a mess and tip everything over. He is not to be trusted. He is a naughty boy. But that for the most part, the rest of them are open roam, as well as, like I said before, any of the cats may not want human interaction are marked with yellow bandanas, and they are of course living their best life. So we don't even bother with them. They're okay. Just let them be. And all the comfy toys you could ever want are there for the cats. There is chairs, there's a bench. You could tell they are living the high life. They even have their own little aquarium to watch. You could tell these cats are just having the best time. Next up, we have Cat, which got a 5. Of course, all of the cats get a 5. I didn't even bother putting any other numbers. This is my time for my mini review where I get to talk about all the cats. But none of the cats have ratings because they're all 100 out of 100, even though it's not rating out of 100. I'm just going to highlight some of my favorite cats for you. I only have a couple. Less than half than of what I actually saw. Starting off with Nevada, who was my personal favorite. Nevada is a fat girly, or boy. I actually forgot the gender of the cat. I'm pretty sure I kept on calling her a girl, but I think after I found out it was a boy. Either way, Nevada is fat and FIV positive and just as large as the state she's named after, or he. Nevada is FIV positive, but living their best life, even though they're just as fat as the state they were named after. Nevada was the one who spent the entire time on the bench just sleeping, and I was just petting them. They were there very clearly, very happy with themselves, and I was very happy with them. There was also Ash, that was a baby black cat, and my little sister's favorite. She loved the cat. She kept on calling the cat after her own black cat at home, which was the wrong name, but that's okay because she is also very young. Very cute cat, very little, very tiny, very baby. After that, we have Opal, who was a diluted tortie cat, and she was just so loving. She was one of the few cats that was actually kind of awake during the time. She went back and forth. She would sleep, and then she'd wake up, and then she'd move spots, and then she'd sleep again, and that was kind of her thing. But overall, oh, such a sweet cat. After that, we have Fiona, who was my second favorite. Fiona was this gorgeous old cat. She was orange, and she's very vocal. She tells you when she likes something, I gotta say. And she loves having her head scratches. She loves head scratches so much, and I hope she gets adopted soon. If I had room in my house, I would gladly adopt her because I love old kitty cats. I adopted my baby girl, my little Penelope, and she is 6, so she's not in the elderly age yet, but she is going to be getting there, and I'm so glad I adopted her, because me adopting her as soon as I did mean that she did not have to spend any extra time that old cats typically have to do instead of younger cats. If you are thinking about adopting a cat, I would beg you to please consider adopting an elderly cat or just one who is higher up there in the age range, at least 4 or older, because these cats take so much longer to be adopted. I believe over 3 times longer than a typical cat in a shelter to be adopted, and these cats are just so full of love to give to you, even if it's not for as long. And most of these cats always are typically cheaper, and they come neutered, and they know how to use the litter box. You don't have to do any training. I know they won't be the little baby you might be thinking of, but these cats will love you just as much, and they really do need the homes. But in general, always make sure that you are adopting from an ethical place, and I always implore you to adopt from a shelter or from the cat place who's working with these shelters. That way more cats can be moved in. I actually did the math about this place because they had a sign in the back that said how many adoptions they've had. And at the time of me going there, I believe it was 434 adoptions. And they've only been open for, I believe, a year and a half, meaning, well, at the time I'm recording this is December of 2025, meaning that they've had almost 1 adoption every day, which I think is just fantastic. Probably Obviously, that's probably not the case. We don't know their actual timeline. It's possible they have big groupings of adoptings, but it comes out to almost one cat a day that's been adopted. And I think that's just fantastic because they are taking cats from these shelters and putting them in a nice, comfortable spot, allowing for more cats to enter the shelters, and overall reducing the amount of overpopulation in the streets and the amount of cats that do get killed every year. It is a great place. I would recommend supporting one of these places if you are a cat lover because they do such important work. But back to the cats. The next ones I want to highlight are Miranda, Gordo, and Lizzie, who are all siblings. And I love it because the two brothers are such introverted. Like they're all like, don't talk to me, please. But only with the other cats. With the humans, they're like, yeah, I like you. With the other cats, they're like, ew, no. And then their sister, who was the most extroverted little girl I've ever met. It was such a fun dynamic. I love those three. After that, we have Muffin, who was the keeper of the shoes that I was talking about, as well as the tipper of food. Muffin knocked over an entire thing of food, and it was really funny. I love you, Muffin. And finally, we have Eagle. He was the little guy I was telling you about earlier with no eye or tail. And despite him having no eye and no tail, he is a little warrior, and we love Eagle. That is it for the cats. Finally, the last category for today is price time value, which also got a 5, making this the third place ever to get a perfect score out of me, with of course the previous two being the Willis Tower and the Tristan Chris Magic Show, and I hope there are many more in my future that get perfect scores because places like these are just so fun to go to. But for the price time value, the reason why I gave it a 5 is $15 for 45 minutes, which I feel is more than enough time and very cheap per person. Some places I've seen out there can be way more expensive for barely any extra time, or you have to book for certain things, or it's very limited. Just $15 for 45 minutes. A fantastic value for a fantastic place. Let's go ahead now and get into the totals. As I said before, the cat place got a 5 out of 5 for the average score, and for the total score, they got a 25 out of 25. Do I think the cat place is worth your money? Absolutely. If you love cats as much as I do, or even have as much as I do, you are going to absolutely love it here. You are supporting a small business, you are supporting a nonprofit. The money that you use goes towards these cats. I actually ended up getting a sticker. I might just give it to my mom to buy us all stickers. This is mine. It's meant to be after my fat orange cat. It says Primordial Pouch on it. Please support places like these. Even if you have the cat place somewhere else, support your local shelters. They need it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know I enjoyed making it. If you did, do not forget to like, subscribe, and support your favorite cat shelter. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye!